Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we kind of got put to sleep by a sloth demon, and we are now in the
Something
Fade,
happened, didn't it?
trying to find a way out.
What happened?
I can transform into a mouse.
Did it help? I know I saw the tiny holes. Were you small enough to get through?
Yep.
I don't know. You're so much braver than I am. I was so sure it was impossible to get anywhere. Do you think you could learn other shapes? Maybe they could help you get to places you couldn't otherwise.
Didn't I explain this in the last episode? There's going to be 4 transformations altogether. So our first priority is going to be to get all of those. Yeah, and here's the map of where we're at in the Fade. And all the different sections. See, these are like the 5 central sections that I was telling you guys about. Alright, I don't even know where to go. We'll just start, we'll go counterclockwise, I guess, and see how we do there. Thing is, we're going to come to blockades that can only be passed through by certain transformations. And that's why we want to collect all of them first, because there will be some goodies to find in the Fade. You'll see some of them in this episode, I think, at some point. I don't know, we're going to be here for a while. There's a mouse hole, but I'm going to take the policy of let's go everywhere we can except the mouse holes first. That policy ends up not always being the best, because sometimes you take the mouse hole and you're just like in a treasure room, which is where I want to be. But in this case, I think we'll do fine. We got a door over there. We have dark sponge coming. We'll slash them. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get behind her. I thought you were... Oh, yes, you came from elsewhere.
Going. Tisk, tisk.
And I'm just, like, using all my abilities and whatnot. Even though we're kind of a squishy rogue, I don't think it matters what class you are. You should do pretty fine against most of these enemies. They are a bit easier, I think, because the game recognizes you're on your own here. Alright, this way. I mean, we can see an enemy on the map through the wall, sorta, kinda. Oh, we triggered this guy. Take out this guy first. Oh, I love that animation there. Cut that out.
Too bad for you.
After each battle, you're going to want to allow yourself time to recharge your abilities and stamina before running around willy-nilly and getting into another battle like I just did. And recharge your health. Finish this one. Now these big guys with the axe, they're actually... I think that's an axe. Or it's just no, it's just a gigantic sword. They're kind of the issue. That was a close one. Yeah, we're going to chill out here and just let our health refill. So these were the guys I was kind of seeing through the wall there. After transforming, remember you're going to want to reset momentum or any other sustained abilities that you're using, because they will be taken off when you use the transformations. Oh gosh, we're getting a lot of nice cool animated kills. I'm trying to sneak behind this guy. It's not working too well. It generally won't work too well when you've only got one character, because the enemy is just going to constantly be targeting and looking at you. So backstabs here are not going to come super easy. That'll be okay though, because we're dishing out decent damage at the in our frontal attacks. I mean, generally we don't as a rogue, but we are here because this is the Fade, and they kind of wanted to make the enemies a bit easier, you know, for obvious reasons. If you're playing on higher difficulties, I'm sure the enemies are not going to be that easier. Well, they'll technically probably be easier than the enemies that you've been fighting up until this point, so... Alright, now we gotta go down the mouse hole. We are stealthy. We're a stealthy mouse. And I am actually just going to stay as a stealthy mouse, because even though I know this is like really slow, we have two paths here. I don't know what leads to what. We'll just go in here. Ah, one of the treasure rooms. So I reactivated momentum here. That was actually a mistake. Essence of Cunning. Our cunning has permanently increased by 1. And remember when I mentioned earlier the reason I went to the Circle Tower first was because there were going to be some permanent stat increases that we could get while we're here? This is what I was talking about. So throughout the Fade, it's like a different amount for each stat, but we're going to get, I think it's at least between +2 and 4 to each of our stats. So that's like 4 or 5 level ups worth of stat points. It's kind of silly. And it's very appreciated. Now notice how because I used momentum right away and it has such a long cooldown time that I can't just activate momentum again right away after transforming. So
Yes.
yeah, when you're doing transformations and stuff, make sure you don't reactivate your sustain abilities until you actually need them for a battle, because you might need your transformation again. I'm kind of standing on fire, but I'm getting backstabbed, so I need to get out of this fire because that's not going to be good for my health. I'm going to heal up because that will be good for my health. You might have noticed there was like a wall of fire earlier too. And so that's why we had to turn around. And that's going to be the reason why we have to turn around again. Or, okay, so we can run through there. Now, this was actually a really bad idea on my part. You will actually see why in this episode or in the next episode. Might be the next episode. But basically what happens is I'm like, oh, okay, I don't need the special transformation to go through the firewalls. I can just run through them and take a little bit of damage. That is not always going to be true for every firewall. Because some of them, you'll just take so many rapid hits of damage that you'll basically just instantly die if you try to run through the firewall without the special transformation. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of spam some health potions. We've got 3 guys attacking us. That one's a problem. Okay, this mage is a huge problem. Nope, I want the mage dead. You follow me, you run over there, I'm following you. There we go. Okay, now I'll deal with you. We'll stun you. Another thing you're gonna notice through here is, like, as I'm getting these stat ups, or at least another thing I'm noticing is that when I'm using my Dirty Fighting to stun an enemy, they seem to be staying stunned a bit longer. I wonder if that's due to our Cunning stat. That's my theory anyways. Oh, we're going to see it right here, because I'm like, oh, you know what? We went through the other one, and there we just instantly died. And then I had to redo everything from the previous save point. Which, yeah, I did that off camera, got us back to here. Yeah, all the fights were basically the same. Alright, so, and from this point onward, I am not going to try ramming myself through the firewalls until we get the special transformation, because I don't know which ones will instantly kill us, and which ones will actually just let us through with a tiny little bit of damage. And I don't feel like testing that. We have a battle here. This thing isn't right. There's only one guy, but I don't know if more of them are going to appear. That's my problem with this. You know what? More of them have appeared. Momentum go. Take out this guy first. Dual weapon sweep. Low blow. Low blow is like just this little swift kick thing, but it also...
Oh, he fell down.
This is the guy. Oh, he fell down. I love the cockiness of her voice sometimes. Like the tone of her voice and some of the things she says. Anyways. So yeah, it... below the belt, it's a swift kick. It does like normal damage, like if I hit someone with a sword. Ew. This is gonna be a problem, isn't it? Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. And it imposes movement penalties, so it makes the enemy move slower. It makes them like run and turn slower as well, so you might be able to get off some backstabs that way. But it also makes them like attack you slower. Kind of like a reverse momentum.
I sense the darkspawn.
Oh hey, this one's actually on my side. Well, that's cool. While he's got you distracted, then let's backstab this guy. Let's paralyze this guy. Come on, let's kill this one while he's still stunned. Not quite. What is circling me? Not appreciated. I'm almost dead. That's not appreciated either. Kill things, people. Okay, where's the... Darn it! I was pressing the button to do the... Well, and I'll redo the section that you just saw. And I'm pretty sure I dropped a save at the... at that one burning door where we died the first time, so I don't have to constantly replay, because there's like no auto saving going on here. So that's one issue I kind of have with this game in particular, and just like the auto save in general, is that you know, when they introduced this autosave feature, I kind of just assumed that it autosaves me before every battle. I know in Dragon Age Origins here, it'll give you like this big, huge pop-up, but more modern games, and I'm just talking games in general, will do the autosaving, like, and it'll just be like this little symbol in a corner. You'll hardly even notice it's happening. And so I feel because of that, like I'm auto-saved before every battle, so it doesn't matter when I die, I'll just revive right before the battle that I died to. That is not always true. And I kind of, that's where I kind of take that feature for granted. It's just a, it's mainly just a flaw with me, really. But because of the autosave feature, I find myself doing less, like, manual saves, when I really shouldn't be doing less manual saves.
You killed them, but not all. Their leaders are behind the unbreakable door. I give you my wisdom. It will let you see. And now I wake.
So we got another form. This is actually going to be the form of the spirit. And it lets you turn into like this wraith type of creature. You actually get magical abilities. It comes with Crushing Prison and Winter's Grasp, and Rejuvenation. So that's kind of nice. We can't go any further this way, but also what the spirit can do. You see some of these things that looks like we should be able to interact with, but we can't. Well, turn into the spirit, and we can. There's an essence of willpower. Permanent increase to willpower. Very much appreciated. because I'm not really investing points into willpower, which is why it's appreciated. So yeah, I just like bumped my headset there if you heard that sound. So I kind of take the autosave feature for granted, and I really shouldn't. So I'm going to chalk this up to half a flaw of the game and half a flaw of me personally. Like, you guys know, I've played many RPGs before. I'm used to the concept of having to save and save often, and I'm used to the concept of having specific save points in the dungeon, like areas where, like, that's the only area you can save at. By the way, I went back to, yeah, this is like the early, super early place where we fought the Duncan illusion, because we saw that little glowing thing there. Well, now we could interact with it and get another stat boost. So again, very much appreciated. And with that, we don't ever have to go back to that particular section. And we got as far as we could on the Darkspawn invasion. So this is, oh crap, I couldn't read the text. Is this the Templar's Nightmare? Well, it might be. Yeah, I think this one's Templar's Nightmare. And then the next one, the bottom right area, is like Mage's something. And then the other one is the Burning Tower. So yeah, we've got 3 more areas to go to, but only 2 more transformations to get. I'm not fully sure where they are. I can imagine that one is probably in the Burning Tower just because I know what it is. And now that I've said that, you probably know what it does. Alright, so we got these purple fade portals that'll take us to who knows where. What a trap. I don't know if I... Okay, I deactivated that.
Yes.
We have some abominations here. And fortunately, they're going to be pretty dang easy, going down in just a couple of hits. So just concentrate on one of them at a time, and you'll be fine. Again, dual weapon sweep is an amazing ability. It recharges fairly quickly as well. Now, some of these codex entries you may recognize from when we did the mage playthrough. I'm pretty sure they're like the exact codex entries, and this is how you get them if you didn't take the mage intro. Hello.
And I'm off.
I don't think dirty fighting worked on that guy. There are a few enemies where the dirty fighting is not going to work. Probably because either my cunning stat is too low, or the enemy's, mental resistance or whatever is too high, or whatever does the check for that. Alright, we got places to go for mice. So yeah, I should definitely be saving more often than I actually do in this game. But yeah, it's really just an issue that I have with like this general era of games. I know the ones that will autosave so frequently that I really don't have to. It's like I never really found an issue with that. Because you're saved like literally before every battle. Go through a mouse hole, and we have a somewhat challenging enemy to contend with, but the dirty fighting, stun it, works wonders. And we have another essence here. Essence of Dexterity. And this is also why I briefly stopped throwing points into Dexterity. Remember when I said we needed 35 or 36 Dexterity? We're actually going to get a total of +4 Dexterity in the Fade here. So that's going to put us up to... What were we at before? We were at like 32 before. Yeah, no, we were at 30 before, so we get the +4. But then also our specializations, because I looked at the 2 specializations that I'm going to be for Zagana, and both of those, when you take them, will grant +2 dexterity. That being Assassin and Duelist. I think I kind of already went over this. This battle's actually going to be a problem because that guy came in. But I really need this Ogre dead. I really should have saved before this, because guess what is about to happen? Yeah, once this guy picks you up, there's nothing you can do as a single person. He just grabs you and just repeatedly punches you in the face. That's my technique. Well, that's annoying. Alright, so yeah, I got us back to here. Or we did like autosave or something before. I don't know, I wasn't fully paying attention. Past gameplay me is doing all the gameplay right now. I'm just sitting here commentating. Oh, I was hoping to...
Yes.
Oh, we need momentum. Look how much faster that is. I just don't want that other door opening and this doofus coming through. Fine, we'll kill you really quickly. Oh, we won't kill you really quickly. We're going to avoid that. Do not grab me, sir. He tried to grab me there. You saw that. I think we're going to go back to trying to kill this guy. Because he's almost dead. There, he's dead. And, well, Abomination is dead too. One thing you'll notice is that the enemies here are not dropping anything. That's going to be true of all the enemies in the Fade. It's kind of annoying that we're not going to be getting treasures from them, but on the other hand, we're going to be pretty close to a full inventory by the time we get out of the Circle Tower and can actually get back to a shop. I told you guys there was a lot of stuff here, and that's, you know, without getting treasures from all the enemies that we're fighting here. I triggered a guy. Hunger Abomination.
Going.
We have stunned the hunger. Wow, that was easy. Do you want to explode? You don't want to explode? Okay. Okay, so we need the power to walk through fire and the power to break down massive doors. Alright, well, let's start using these Fade portals because it's the only thing we have not done. This actually is a Fade portal that takes us back. However, the issue we're going to have with these Fade portals is that they aren't necessarily two-way. So this actually took us back to the very beginning. And this took us back to the see, it's not like a perfect two-way street there. And now we're just going to be using these Fade portals over and over and over until I actually figure out what's going on and make sure that I've actually tested all of these paths. I'm not really getting anywhere. And then that one was like a two-way thing. I did the one up here. Oh, I gotta be Mouse. I gotta be Mighty Mouse. I don't know if you can even attack anyone as a mouse. It's not a combat form. Don't attempt to use it as a combat form. The Wraith you can use, or Spirit you can use as a combat form. Like I said, it has Winter's Grasp, Crushing Prison, which is actually a really cool spell. It basically, well, it locks an enemy in place, so can't move, can't attack or anything, and takes like repeated damage. And they stay pretty locked into place, stay stunned. It's not technically stunned, but they're immobile for quite a decent amount of time. Enough time where you can like switch back to your rogue and get in like a good half dozen or so backstabs and probably kill most enemies, normal enemies with it, and even some of the bosses in this area. I'm just like spoiling this whole area because I need something to say that's interesting, because what's going on screen right now is boring. Let's be honest here. This is past gameplay me trying to figure out how I can get further without needing the ability to run through fire or smash down doors. The two abilities we don't have. And the answer is, as far as I can tell, we can't actually do anything else here. We need to go to a different segment of the Fade and just come back here. So yes, once we get all the transformations, it kind of opens up the entire place. And once we get all the transformations, I'm going to make sure I go back to each area and thoroughly explore them. Because as you can imagine, kind of like I was mentioning with Lothering and some of those other places early game, once you leave them, you're not coming back to them. So once we leave the Fade, we're not coming back here. I am pretty sure you cannot come back here later on. I actually don't know that for sure because I haven't played through the full game, but I don't think this is a thing that you can return to. It wouldn't really make sense if you could. Because we're going to kill the Sloth Demon. And he's the one that's like creating and controlling this whole area. Yeah, spoiler alert, we're going to kill the Sloth. Well, what did you think we were going to do? Not kill the Sloth Demon? I mean, if we don't know, we'll just... Okay, then we're just stuck here forever. We don't kill the Sloth Demon, and it's game over. So we either kill the Sloth Demon, or we don't progress with the game. Oh, that was rude. That was very rude. And suddenly, I don't remember when my last save was. That worries me. Get out of my way. I want to kill this thing that's using magic against me. Annoying mages. Yeah, this is the mage area. And there are some really annoying mages here. Now, here's an instance where I probably should be taking those mouse holes, because I'm pretty sure if I take one of them, I'll get a stat up. Don't heal. You jerk. Stun you then. I'm glad they have low health and low physical defense. Hey, Codex. And a thing that we apparently need the spirit to interact with. Essence of Magic, that is so useful to our rogue here. Actually, it does have a purpose for non-mage characters, because it doesn't just increase the power of your magic spells, which, you know, rogue, we don't have any of those. Hello. Yeah, we're gonna be this guy because we're super resistant. There's the crushing prison in action. Yeah, that just crushed him to death. Yeah, these crazy mages, they were also kind of attacking each other as well. But anyways, the magic stat will also add to... It'll increase the effectiveness of, like, the health potions that we drink. And it will increase the it'll increase our mental resistance and our spell resistance by extension. So it helps in those areas. It's still not really worth investing into if you're not a mage. Alright, we're gonna take a quick peek in here. Is this the one that I did before? Okay. Well, with that, we've got some explorations done. We still got 2 more transformations to find. Hopefully we find those in the next episode. So I will see you guys then.